Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the instant match reaction to West Ham United 0, Everton 0. What an absolutely garbage game of football that was. Both teams were rubbish. You know, what can you say? No attempts on goal on target. Well, attempts on goal. No attempts on target from Everton. Shocking performance. You can't go too overboard, I guess, but just frustrating. Just a typical away performance. And, you know, I'm actually away at the moment and I've took time out. I'm actually away at the moment and you're watching it thinking, you know, give us that excitement. Give us something to cling on to, you know, mirror a little bit of Goodison Park form. And we haven't been able to do it. You know, the performance was just very, very typical of so many away games this season. An abject performance. Had a lot of the ball. You know, the first half we had all of the ball. I think we had 69% at half time, but we hadn't had a single attempt at goal. And I find that impossible. I just can't fathom out how you can have a team of talented footballers that can't create a single opportunity in a half of 47 minutes or whatever it was in the first half. Unbelievable. Too many people taking too many touches. Yes, Ross Barkley, I am talking about you. Romelu Lukaku, non-existent. Ross, woeful. You know, these are players who want to be playing at the highest level, and you can't go through games that you don't affect the game of football. If you're at the top of your game, you affect the game of football, and too many of our players didn't do it, particularly the final third. Kevin Morales, a nothing performance, you know, eventually taken off. So I thought at the back we were okay. I thought Williams and Jagielka done well. Stekelenburg was all right, but he just terrifies me off corners. Doesn't seem to know his positional sense off corners. Holgate done well. Bain, you know, I think defensively we were all right, but everything else going forward, the key areas which we've been on about for a while, particularly away from home, we were poor. It's really difficult to understand because at Goodison, we scored more goals than, I think in 2017 we scored the most goals, but at Goodison it's more than 3.5 goals a game, and yet away from home, you know, since the turn of the year we had one at Palace, we've had one at Liverpool, 2 at Spurs, 1 at Stoke, none at Borough, 1 at United, and I don't know whether I've missed any out there just off the top of my head. So ironically, we scored twice in a game against a team that I think had only conceded something like 5 goals at home all season before we went there. We scored twice in that game. It's just a strange one because let's be honest, they were there for the taking. They're a poor side, playing with no confidence in a stadium that isn't fit for football. Really, it's fit, but it's just not built for football. Seeing people's tweets of the position in the stand, and the pitch is miles away. And as a home fan, how can you get excited by that when the pitch is miles away? I mean, I know that we're not even considering having a stadium like that, but it just shows you, doesn't it, the importance. Upton Park, me and Ped spoke about it this week. Upton Park was on top of the players, and it was a really difficult place to go and get a result. West Ham were brilliant at home. Ironically, we done really well down there. But the fans, because they can be really loud and intimidating at Upton Park, they were right on top of it, and that's why Upton Park was brilliant. And then they've taken them there and put the pitch miles away from them, and you just look and go, you've just lost everything that was really, you know, successful and strong about your team. Listen, you know, what things that have stood out for me today. One, he's definitely going to buy a goalkeeper in the summer. He dropped Joel, who's had 9 clean sheets in 18 games, I think. So if you're dropping him, he's made mistakes lately. So he quite clearly he's looking and going, right, here's a chance to put Stekelenburg in. Stekelenburg isn't the number 1. So for me, there's a goalkeeper definitely going to be coming in the summer. We need we need 2 centre-backs. We need definitely another wide player with pace to go past people. And we need at least 2 centre forwards, and that's just off the top of my head. You know, we need left back cover. We need probably right back cover. Well, I don't know, because Kenny was brilliant again last night. He's one who's definitely on the verge of getting in. I mean, what it does, that it can't, for me, we've blown a really good opportunity to put the heat on Arsenal and United today, and that's probably just about sealed 7th place for us. It's not over. We're ahead of Arsenal now. We know they've got Leicester at home in the week, but they've still got games in hand. I think they've got 3 games in hand on us now, and they're a point behind us. So you would look at that and go, we basically, we had to win the majority of our games to really put the pressure on them, and we choked away again, really, today. Not saying we deserve to win the game, we clearly didn't, but we just haven't performed, have we? And that to me will be the biggest disappointing thing I'd take out of today. But maybe it's a chance now, and you look and you say, right, okay, we're 7th, we're probably not, I know we're 6th at the moment, we're probably not going to go any higher than 7th, realistically. We're not going to be caught by anybody behind us. So let's blood John Joe Kenny. Let's get him in on that right-hand side. Go but play 3 at the back, put Mason alongside Jags and Williams and side the 3 at the back. Get John Joe in there. Let's get debuts for Walsh and Williams before the end of the season. That may be 20 minutes off the bench near the end of a game. And do it that way and start looking at these lads. Are these lads good enough to be part of our first team squad next season? Because let's be honest, there's a few in there that won't be there, or certainly won't be playing as key role as what they have done this season. So let's blood them. Unless I can't see us win. We've got 4 games to go, right? And we probably need to win. We probably need 10 points at least, I would say, to finish above Arsenal and Manchester United. So that's 3 wins and a draw. Are we going to get it? We're more than capable. Of course we are. We're more than capable of doing it. But we've just gone to a bang average side who are out of form. On the day, West Ham, they've had players missing as well. On the day, they've got good players and they can do you damage. Today, they were poor. They had players missing and they were grim. And we were worse. And you have them. Listen, you have them performances. The disappointing thing is it's away from home. That's what the real conundrum is. I think I've seen Ped tweeted at half time. It's Champions League form at home and away form. He put relegation. It's not quite relegation, but it's just not very good. It's not because say we'd have won it. We had that little half chance right at the end. Jagielka's flick headed. If he doesn't get hardly anything on that, it's 4 against 2 in the 6-yard box. And Rom's there. We'll probably win the game. And you'd have come away. Be delighted winning that match, but it wouldn't have been a deserved victory, would it? You'd have just been made up to get it. So, there's been a few of these Middlesbrough, Stokes, these kind of performances away from home where you're thinking we've got to go Hull, got to step up to that next level. If we're trying to get where we want to be, these are the games you go and you win 3-0. And I know that, listen, we are 3 or 4 players short of being that team that would go there, keep the ball, cut them open at will and win the game 3-0. But they were there for the taking today, and we just haven't even asked the question. It's not we just couldn't get it over the line. We've not hit the target in 92 minutes of, 2 at the end. About 95 minutes that game lasted today. And we haven't made their goalkeeper, who hasn't been playing, by the way, have a single shot to save. And that is the real disappointing thing. So, there you go. Look out for Ped's Instant Match Reaction. We'll be back in the studio on Monday. The player ratings is going to be incredibly quick. I've been Baz. See you soon on Toffee TV.